Iran is a constant presence in global headlines, often linked to conflict, sanctions, and nuclear ambitions. But how powerful is this nation really? Beneath the rhetoric and dramatic images lies a country with a rich history and a strategic position that has shaped empires. Iran's influence stretches far beyond its borders, woven through military, economic, and cultural threads. To understand Iran's true power, we must look past the headlines and examine the real sources of its strength and its vulnerabilities. Tonight we'll explore Iran's military might, its controversial nuclear program, its economic resilience, and its web of alliances and rivalries. This is the story of a modern enigma, a puzzle that demands to be solved. Iran's geography is its greatest asset and its greatest challenge. Sitting at the crossroads of the Middle East and Central Asia, Iran is a bridge between East and West, a position that has made it both influential and vulnerable. Its borders touch Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, giving it leverage in some of the world's most volatile regions. To the south, Iran's coastline controls the Strait of Hormuz, a choke point for a significant share of the world's oil. This gives Tehran a powerful tool, the ability to threaten global energy markets and command international attention. But Iran's reach extends beyond its borders through a network of proxies. In Lebanon, Hezbollah acts as both a political force and a military deterrent against Israel. In Yemen, the Houthis, armed and trained by Iran, challenge Saudi Arabia and disrupt shipping in the Red Sea. Iranian-backed militias in Iraq and Syria further extend its influence, allowing Tehran to wage a shadow war and shape the region's politics. This strategy of proxy warfare lets Iran project power, bleed its adversaries, and maintain plausible deniability. Geography has made Iran a regional power, but it's the patient, calculated use of that geography that has made it a master of the Middle Eastern chessboard. Iran's influence is not just about land, it's about how it uses that land to shape the world around it. The result, a nation that turns its geography into destiny, and its neighbors into opportunities. Iran's map is its playbook. Iran's military is built for survival and deterrence, not conquest. Decades of sanctions forced Iran to innovate, focusing on missiles and drones. Today, Iran's drones and missiles are battle-tested and exported worldwide, shifting the balance of power. At sea, Iran's fast attack craft threaten vital shipping lanes. In the modern Middle East, Iran's sword is sharp, and its drones are everywhere. No issue stirs more global anxiety than Iran's nuclear program. Tehran insists it seeks peaceful energy, but the world fears a hidden weapons agenda. Iran's secretive enrichment sites like Natanz and Fordow triggered international crises and brought the world to the brink of conflict. The 2015 nuclear deal, the JCPOA, imposed strict limits and inspections in exchange for sanctions relief, and for a time it worked. But the U.S. withdrawal in 2018 shattered the agreement, and Iran responded by ramping up enrichment to near weapons-grade levels. Today, Iran's breakout time, the period needed to produce enough fissile material for a bomb, is measured in weeks. Inspectors have limited access, and the world watches as Iran edges closer to nuclear capability. Israel sees a nuclear Iran as an existential threat, while the U.S. faces a diplomatic dead end. The nuclear question hangs over the region, a permanent crisis with no easy solution. Iran's nuclear ambiguity gives it immense leverage, deterring adversaries and keeping the world guessing. The decision to build a bomb is political, not technical. The capability is largely in hand. This nuclear shadow ensures Iran remains at the center of global security concerns. The stakes are high and the world holds its breath. Iran's nuclear program is both shield and sword, a question mark that shapes the future. The world can't look away. Decades of crushing sanctions have battered Iran's economy but not broken it. Inflation, currency collapse, and shortages have hurt ordinary Iranians, yet the regime has adapted with a resistance economy. Oil remains Iran's lifeline. Despite sanctions, Tehran sells crude through a shadow fleet, with China as its main buyer. Barter deals with Russia and creative sanctions evasion keep hard currency flowing. Isolation has forced Iran to build domestic industries from cars to home appliances and a robust military-industrial complex. Iran now produces its own missiles, drones, and warships, turning necessity into self-sufficiency and even exporting arms abroad. The economy is far from healthy. Corruption, inefficiency, and hardship are widespread, but the regime has proven it can survive and even find new avenues for growth under maximum pressure. Sanctions have become a catalyst for innovation and new partnerships, especially with China and Russia. The Iranian people bear the brunt, but the state endures. Iran's economy is built for conflict, not comfort. It's a model of survival, not prosperity. The world's attempts to isolate Iran have only made it more resourceful. In the shadows, Iran finds ways to thrive. The economy is a weapon and a shield. In the digital age, Iran has become a cyber power. After the Stuxnet attack on its nuclear program, Tehran invested heavily in cyber warfare. Today, Iranian hacking groups are among the world's most aggressive, targeting the US, Israel, and Saudi Arabia. Their operations range from espionage and data theft to destructive attacks like the Shamoon virus that crippled Saudi Aramco. Iran's hackers have probed critical infrastructure, seeking the ability to cause real-world damage and create new forms of deterrence. Cyber warfare is cheap, deniable, and effective, perfect for Iran's asymmetrical strategy. It allows Tehran to strike powerful adversaries without risking open war. The digital battlefield is a constant, shadowy conflict of intrusion and counter-intrusion. Iran's cyber army is now a key pillar of its power. In cyberspace, Iran is a force to be reckoned with. The new front line is digital, and Iran is on the attack. The world must adapt to this invisible threat. Iran's power isn't just military, it's diplomatic. As the world's leading Shia nation, Iran wields cultural and religious influence across the Middle East, binding allies through shared ideology. Its soft power extends through media, education, and acclaimed cinema, challenging negative narratives and building bridges. Facing Western pressure, Iran has pivoted east, forging deep partnerships with China and Russia. Strategic agreements with Beijing and Moscow provide investment, technology, and diplomatic cover. Iran's entry into organizations like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS signals its integration into new global blocs. China's mediation of a peace deal with Saudi Arabia marked a diplomatic breakthrough, reducing regional tensions and elevating Iran's status. These alliances give Iran new leverage and legitimacy, breaking its isolation. Iran is no longer a pariah but a key player in a shifting world order. Its diplomatic strategy is reshaping the balance of power. Iran is playing the great game and winning new allies. Influence is no longer just about force, it's about forging connections. Despite its external power, Iran faces deep internal challenges. Economic hardship, high unemployment, and inflation have fueled widespread frustration and waves of protest. The 2022 uprising, sparked by the death of Mahsa Amini, united Iranians in defiance of the regime's strict controls. A young, globally connected population is increasingly at odds with an aging, rigid leadership. The regime's response, brutal crackdowns and internet censorship, has only deepened resentment. Brain drain is accelerating as thousands of Iran's brightest leave for better opportunities abroad. This exodus saps the nation's future potential and deepens the cycle of stagnation. The regime's greatest vulnerability is its own people. A government at war with its youth stands on shaky ground. Internal dissent is a constant threat, and the pressure is building. Iran's image of strength masks a fragile foundation. The real test may come from within. So, how powerful is Iran, really? The answer is complex. Iran is both strong and brittle, influential and isolated, modern and archaic. Its military and proxies give it regional reach, while its diplomacy breaks old patterns and forges new alliances. The economy, battered but resilient, funds its ambitions and defies collapse. Yet, internal dissent and brain drain threaten the regime's future. The nuclear question mark gives Iran strategic leverage and keeps the world on edge. Iran's power lies in its ability to endure, adapt, and punch above its weight. It weaves military, economic, and diplomatic tools into a strategy of survival and defiance. Iran is not just surviving, it's evolving and asserting its influence. Whether threat or stabilizer, Iran cannot be ignored. Its contradictions are its strength and its weakness. The enigma endures, shaping the region and the world. Iran's next chapter is unwritten. Iran's story is one of persistence and strategic patience. It shapes its own destiny, refusing to be defined by outsiders. Its actions ripple across the globe, affecting security and the balance of power. Understanding Iran means recognizing its complexity and its contradictions. The world will keep watching, negotiating, and hoping for change. Iran remains an enduring enigma, its next move and its future still to be revealed.